Mine is the soul that stirs within. She feels, she hopes, she loves. She rejoices, she dreams, she cries, and she mourns. She contains beauty, sensitivity, conscience, intuition, and access to wisdom and guidance. She is playful, creative, and carefree, embodying all of the hopes of the world. There is a girl who abides within, who is mothered by the woman I've become. She drapes herself on my lap, rests her head on my shoulder, feels loved and trusts in my goodness. She feels well taken care of, comforted, joyful, and hopeful, and looks forward to the bright future before her. This first part of a poem that I wrote, Above, is inspired by a personal and miraculous experience that I had. About 9 years ago, I was practicing the self-love and inner healing dialogue process. This is a process that I thought that I understood about 20 years ago, and thought that I used on a regular basis. It was not until about 9 years ago that I began connecting with my inner child, feelings, on a deeper and more consistent basis. That day, I was sitting in meditation and invited God to do whatever it takes to help me heal emotionally at a deeper level. In these moments, I was practicing some of the 7 steps of the self-love and inner healing process, but in an organic way. I don't always think of the numbers of the steps, but instead, am so used to the process that I walk through it quite organically. That day, I had what was like an image and experienced the feelings of a younger part of myself who needed my attention. I was able to connect with this younger part of myself, who may have been about age 12, and just listen and be present, offer compassion, and accept her. It was not as if that younger part of me needed to talk on and on, because I already know myself at that younger age. I think that some feelings of sadness came to the surface, as well as anxiety and loneliness, and feelings of not being listened to and misunderstood. I believe that tears came to my eyes. What surprised me is it felt almost as if that younger part of myself jumped up on my lap, symbolically, put her head on my shoulder, kind of leaned into me, and could rest in the experience of being unconditionally loved and accepted, and provided nurture, and said with excitement, "You're a very good mommy." This kind of surprised me, because when I was age 12, I didn't use the word mommy anymore to address my mom, because I probably thought that term sounded very childish. Who knows, maybe the parts of me that I was dialoguing with were ages 9 through age 12. The experience that I had with this vision was that of a deep trust that the younger parts of me had with the loving adult self that I had been working on developing, in order that my wounded self wouldn't be as much in charge of my personality,